Hello, I'm Dr. Paul, and this is my beautiful wife, Lynn. And Lynn is going to start off today by discussing some news that we just got today.
All right, so I got this from a friend of mine who's aware that Paul had put together some Shungite and new tech frequency relief packages for beekeepers. And I want to read this to you. This was sent to Steve Quayle, and it was not sent by my friend. It was sent from someone else. Steve, I have 5 beehives. Many of my friends also have beehives. Normally, I go out there and lift the tops to check on them. I don't usually put on a bee suit for that. However, recently, I was bitten by a brown recluse spider and also had been stung by several wasps. My doctor told me no more bee stings. The next time I went out to check on honey production, I took his advice and put on my entire bee suit. I'm glad I did. As soon as I lifted the top, they came out by the hundreds to attack me, and they had never done this before. My suit had hundreds of stingers stuck into it. Well, I have had several friends that have been experiencing the same thing. One friend had over 150 stings on his face. Ouch. We are wondering if the changing magnetic field is causing this. As you know, this is how they navigate. The response from Steve Quayle. Absolutely, and also it's affecting human anger levels. It will create a massive amount of killing and mayhem and animal behavior, and human behavior will become more violent. So, Paul, would you like to talk about the Beekeeper Package and a little bit about the Shungite?
The Shungite is a stone or a mineral that's in a stone form, as you can see here with all these little rocks.
Here, I'll hold this up.
And it's when they crush these rocks up into a powder, this powder is used, put in a little container, like for instance like this lid, and placed at the entrance to the beehive, and the bees walk through it. This Shungite powder gives them a protection against electromagnetic fields, electromagnetic frequencies that are harmful to them, and that we constantly have in our environment due to cell phone towers and all kinds of radiation. So basically that's the Shungite. The way we use the Shungite for bee protection, along with a Gans water that we call New Tech Frequency Relief, which is this preparation here, and we take this water off the top. This is the Shungite and several other herbs in the bottom, and make a spray in a spray bottle and spray the hives and the inside of the hives. And this gives the bees extra protection, and it also protects them against parasites, such as some wasps and some beetles, hive beetles, they call them. And so what we've done is we've put together a package that contains the powder, the little stones, and some vials of the plasma water, and are offering it to beekeepers as a way to protect their bees and increase the production and health of their bees.
And Paul, doesn't Shungite have an effect on the torsion fields, and which are, I'll let you explain what those are.
Well, the torsion fields are the it's a plasmatic field that is emitted from the shungite that causes the torsion fields to spin in a certain direction, in a right-handed rotation direction, which is beneficial to the bees and to people, rather than what comes off the cell phone towers and the other high-line electrical lines and microwaves, that is a left-hand rotation, which is anti-biochemical, and which means that it's working against the natural mechanisms of our body rather than in favor of them. And so the shungite helps to normalize that effect and make it a beneficial effect rather than a detrimental effect.
And some of the information that we got regarding shungite and the EMFs, with the 4G that a lot of our cell phones work on right now, the cell towers are 22 miles apart. Now here's what's going to happen with 5G. And already they're saying that 5G is absorbed by water and plants. Now, we're over 70% water, aren't we?
Right.
Okay. And there's numerous connections are required because 5G is a more fragile energy than 4G. So they're going to put these antennas every 160 yards. Not miles apart, yards apart. And these are going to emit EMFs and high-frequency millimeter waves called MMW, which are more concentrated and apply more pressure on living organisms. The long-term effects of EMFs are brain tumors and skin disease, plus depression and premature aging. So one of the ways to shield from all this is from the shungite, and Paul has already shown you what we have for the beekeepers, but what we've put together, as he said, when you order a vial of the New Tech Frequency Relief, it's going to come in a glass vial when it's warm door to warm door delivery. If it's winter and cold temperatures when you order it, it's going to come in a larger BPA-free plastic vial because these do not shatter and break when they freeze. Now, there are several things that we have, and one article I read about the shungite was somebody who mixed it in with the paint and painted all the exterior walls inside of their home. So if it was a living room that was an outside wall of the house, they were painting that. I don't like to paint. I'm a lousy painter. So what I came up with is putting a New Tech Frequency Relief vial inside a spray bottle, and this changes the water now, so it's all New Tech Frequency Relief, and go around and spray the walls, spray the doors, spray the windows, spray the thresholds, whatever you want to spray. And occasionally, if you just want to spray some on yourself, you can do that too. Now, Paul, you showed us the New Tech Frequency Relief. When we send out a vial and you send out the powder, your shungite powder has Silver Gans in it.
Right. The Silver Gans has been shown to have a synergistic effect with the shungite minerals that causes an increased effect in the torsion fields. And so the combination of the two together gives us a better torsion field than just shungite by itself.
And so when you made the New Tech Frequency Relief Gans, that also has the silver in it.
It's also got the Silver Gans water in it, yes.
Okay, and in the New Tech Frequency Relief with Shungite, C60, Silver Gans, but it also has some other things, Episode, green tea, star of anise, nutmeg, milk thistle, C60, and much more. And you take that vial and you put it inside a jar. You can see this jar is clear glass or clear plastic. And anytime you're going to set up a jar to make a Gans water, you want to use good quality spring water or well water, distilled water, filtered water, but please don't use tap water. And if you're from overseas and outside of the country, you're going to get a set of patches that have been soaked with the New Tech Frequency Relief water, and they will simply be applied to the outside of your container, however you want to affix them to hold like that. Now, Paul, if somebody has a glass of this and they want to share it with a friend, let's say they give their friend a set of patches, what's going to be more strong? What's going to be stronger?
It'll all be the same. It's all going to be the same strength.
Okay, so it doesn't diminish. And if that friend wants to make more for someone else, it does not diminish.
Right. They can just take and fill another vial, like is in the bottom of this jar, with the water that's in here, give it to their friend. Their friend can take that vial, drop it into a jar similar to this, fill it with water, and they've got the same thing as the person who just gave it to them had.
Okay, and then there's a couple of other things that you did put together, and this is a large magnet, and that goes on the breaker box in your house.
Right, that's to protect against the electromagnetic frequencies that are coming off of your breaker box, especially those of us that have smart meters. And it changes the torsion field of the electromagnetic frequencies so that they are not harmful to those who are on the inside of the house. And the same with the pendants and phone stickers.
Right, and this is what the phone sticker looks like, and you just simply peel off the white and stick it to your phone. However, if you're kind of rough with your phones and things, I would recommend maybe a little piece of clear plastic packing tape over that, just so you don't accidentally knock it loose. The glue on this is pretty effective, but we know how sometimes people are hard on their phones. Now, Paul does make a plain pendant, okay, and this is with the New Tech Frequency Relief and the Shungite.
Silver Gans water.
Okay, and then we have some articles on our website that tell about why you would use lapis and why you might want amazonite. Both of them work synergistically with the Shungite, the Silver Gans, and the New Tech Frequency Relief.
Right.
And so those are pendants that you can wear, and if you're not going to wear a pendant all the time, you can just take one of these phone magnets and simply carry it in your pocket. These also can go on TVs, your computer, anything you have that's wireless. And it is recommended that you turn your wireless things off at night when you're not using them, and don't sleep with them in the same room. So that's basically it on the New Tech Frequency Relief and the bee. Would you like to say how Bob did, the beekeeper down in the southern United States who received all of this?
Oh, he had previously lost a hive of bees, a productive hive of bees. They all died, and when he opened up the hive, he found it was full of beetles. And so he sprayed the inside of the hive with this new frequency tech relief Gans water and then let it set for a few days, and it repopulated the hive with bees, and now they're doing fine, and all the beetles were dead. And so he cleaned all that out and put new bees in there, and now they're doing fine. He gave them some of these little stones to walk through and some powder to put at the entrance for them to walk through, and sprays the hive every once in a while with the new tech frequency relief. And his bees are doing real well, and they're very productive. And he said they're healthy and happy. He stressed the fact that his bees were happy. So I don't know what a happy bee looks like because I'm not a beekeeper, but that's what he told me.
And I think he had a neighbor who he was sharing all this with who also had good results.
Right. His neighbor had the same problems, and he also got relief for his bees and increased his production.
Well, thank you for watching this, and if you want to find out more, you can go to plasmaenergysolution.com. That's our website, plasmaenergysolution.com. And we do have a lot of videos that we put on the product list under the shop title on the website. So we're bringing you information and adding to that just to give you a little more knowledge about what we have available. And is there anything else?
I think that's about it. I remember in that Steve Quayle article today that there's a lot of concern that he expressed for our environment and the exposure we have to cosmic rays and electromagnetic frequencies. And so I think we should do everything we can to protect ourselves. And Shungite is part of our routine. We have incorporated it into the way we live, and we use it all the time.
And we do drink the new tech frequency relief water along with our plasma energy station water and
Right.
some others that we have. So, all right.
If you feel like you've gotten any value from this, give us a big thumbs up and share this with your friends and relatives. And if you would like to subscribe and get notification of the upcoming videos, just click the subscribe button and the bell next to it. And we thank you very much. We appreciate your time.